The typical person has 7 key expenses that, if effectively managed, can help you achieve your goals of financial independence. In today's video, I will show you how to control these 7 big expenses so you can live a wealthy life on a poor man's budget. Housing. Housing is the biggest expense that any person will pay in their lifetime. On average, a household will spend about $1,885 per month on housing costs. This amount also includes payments for utilities, furniture, appliances, and repairs. This number can be very different from yours, though, depending on things like where you live, how big your house is, and whether or not you have roommates. Regardless of the case, it's a good baseline to see how you fare. Usually, your housing costs should not take up more than 30% of your income. If it does, then we need to make some big changes. You can get to that 30% mark or even below by doing a number of things. Firstly, whether you rent or own a home and you're finding it really difficult to make payments, then consider getting a roommate or at least renting out a room to help curb the costs. It may not be the most ideal situation, but it's definitely more ideal than having no home at all. If you really can't stand living with someone, then the best option would be to downsize to a home that fits your budget more. After rent and mortgage payments, not surprisingly, the next major expense is utilities. There are a lot of ways to cut down on utility expense, which is good news. Among many other things, you can take shorter showers, lower your thermostat and water heater, let your clothes air dry, and wash your clothes in cold water. Do you want the best ways to lower your electricity bill? If you can get 300 people to like this video, we will make a video about it. Most of the time, furniture, appliances, and maintenance do not take up a big chunk of a budget. But if a big appliance breaks, like a furnace, they can be hard to deal with. If you are not ready, this can be a big setback. There are 2 tips that can help avoid the downfall that comes with major expenses. The first step is to keep those things in good shape, and the second step is to have an emergency fund. Transportation. Transportation costs are the second most expensive thing for the average family. It costs a total of $913 or 11% of the average income, even though that includes buying a car. So this number could be a lot lower for you. No matter what, this number keeps going up because fuel prices are going up and there is a lot of inflation. But even in hard times, you can live in a poor man's budget and get richer every day. The biggest cost after buying the car is, not surprisingly, gas, which costs an average of $179 per month. This number is pretty big, but there are many ways to cut it down. For example, you could try carpooling a few times a week. Be a carpool driver and get your passengers to pay you for gas. Take public transportation or use the app Gas Buddy to find the best prices for gas near you. The most expensive thing is insurance, which costs $127 a month. This is a pretty big expense, but you can easily save money on it by looking for the best quote price. You can also try to negotiate a better deal with their current insurance company. In some cases, this has helped people cut their insurance bills in half. Next comes maintenance and repairs, which cost a total of $81 a month. There is not much you can do to lower the cost, other than keep your car in good shape to keep the cost of repairs down. The next cost is $63 a month for rent, leases, and fees. Many people do not have to pay this fee at all. Switching from leased car to a great used car can save you as much as $63 a month. Bonus: public transportation costs about $38 a month. This varies depending on where you live, but if you can switch to public transportation exclusively, you can cut your transportation costs by a monumental amount. Food. The average monthly food bill for a family of 4 is about $691. This includes both shopping and getting food to go. This number is going up, just like the cost of transportation, because of inflation, a growing population, and hard growing conditions around the world. Now is the time to live like a poor person so you can get rich. About 1/3 or $253 of what the average family spends each month is on takeout. This is a really big number, and you can easily cut it out by making your finances a lot better. you can expect to cut your costs by 2.5 times as much on average. Basically, you would only spend or save $101.20 per month if you did not order takeout. There are many ways to save money when it comes to grocery shopping. Some ways to save money on groceries are to use coupons, buy food when it's on sale, and make a list and stick to it. Insurance. Insurance costs about $656 a month on average, which is close to how much people spend on food. Personal insurance and pensions or social security are the two main things that are kept track of here. It is good to see a high number, since pension and social security often includes contributions to retirement. In fact, the number is the most expensive part of this cost, which comes to $617 a month. How do you compare to this amount regarding your savings? Tell us in the comment section below. You would like to get this number to be as high as possible because it is what will let you retire. Most personal insurances like life, accident, and disability insurance are included in this plan for $39 a month. This is an expense that you should make room for if you don't have it. For example, if your family depends on your income, having life insurance can make them a lot less worried. Healthcare. It is not a surprise that healthcare in the US is so expensive. Stats from the US Bureau of Labor and Statistics show that the health insurance itself is what you end up paying the most for. The average amount spent each month is $309, which is a pretty big number. It is important to have health insurance because it can make a big difference if you get sick. Even so, you should still look for the best health insurance plan you can. There are so many companies that offer health insurance, and doing the right research and getting quotes can help you choose the best one so you can live like a poor man and eventually get rich. Entertainment. People need entertainment so that they can feel less stressed and have a way to unwind themselves. In terms of spending, the average amount spent each month is $297. Most of these costs are for audio and video equipment, services, and other supplies. This include Netflix, TVs, computers, and all kinds of other tech. We cannot talk about all the ways to save because this topic is so broad. We can give you some ideas on how to start cutting this cost though. First of all, since most people have streaming services, make sure you only pay for services you often use. For example, if you only watch Netflix once a week, you're paying $3.80 for a one-time use. But if you watch every day, you only spend a little more than 50 cents per use. If the technology you already have works well, there is no reason to get something new. Instead, make a budget and save money so you can buy the most expensive things. Fees and admissions are also the major chunk of expense, which costs a total of $55 a month, are one of the biggest costs. For some, this could be things like gym membership that are not being used. If you do not go to the gym at least a few times a week, it is probably not worth it. There are a lot of free ways to work out at home, and you can also find free workout videos on YouTube. This will save you a lot of money in the long run. Apparel and services. Some of you might find it surprising, yet the average monthly cost of apparel and services is $146. Given that the majority of this is about clothing, that is a sizable amount. The simplest strategy to reduce this cost is to adapt a poor man's lifestyle and shop secondhand products as much as you can. The best place to find high-quality clothing at a low cost is in secondhand stores. Learn how to fix your own clothes so you will not have to buy new ones when they eventually wear out if you want to maximize your savings. Bonus tip: even though you may genuinely have that much money to spend, if you truly want to become wealthy, you must always put yourself in a position where you do not have that much to spend. You will find saving money and sticking to a budget much easier once you get used to thinking this way.